Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is another beautiful day in sunny Northeast Florida. It's about 88 degrees today, so it is a bit of on the toasty side here in April. Now, I know many of you are wanting to get here, whether it be to Jacksonville, St. Johns County, St. Augustine, Fernandina, Fleming Island, but you have to sell your home and you need the equity or the money from the sale of your home to be able to purchase a home here. But many of you say, for instance, I don't want to end up homeless. I don't want to put my house on the market in Philadelphia, New York, or California, wherever you are, and then not have a place in Florida. How do I do that? Well, today I'm going to give you about 5 different tips and tricks that my customers have used in the past that have helped them to successfully relocate here without ending up homeless, without not having a place to go. You'll be amazed how many times I hear people say, I don't want to be homeless, Francis. Well, stay tuned to the very end of this video. I'm going to give you 5 different strategies of things that you could potentially utilize to make sure that you can go ahead and make this beautiful paradise home. All right, guys, stay tuned. And thank you again for being here. Remember, my name is Kashira Francis, aka Francis, your Florida real estate agent, here to help you buy, sell, and invest and enjoy this beautiful lifestyle. Hey guys, we decided to go ahead and come inside because it is definitely toasty outside here in Northeast Florida. Now, there's so many different options available to make sure that you can make this transition moving here to Northeast Florida smooth and seamless as possible. You don't have to worry about being homeless. And I know a lot of you have that fear of just, I want to make sure I have something secure here before I put my house on the market. So we're going to talk about some options that's available. Now, again, I am a Florida licensed real estate agent. I'm not a loan officer. So you do need to review these different options with a loan officer or financial advisor to make sure they're the best fit for your financial situation based on your credit, based on maybe how much money you have saved up or how much equity may be in your home. Okay. Now, these are some of the things that my customers have done that have proven to be a great option for you to take advantage of, is what we call using the equity from your current home to purchase and put down, to either purchase a home here or put down a payment to start a new construction home build here. So that's one option. Now, I'll go into what I mean by that. So one of my customers right now, or actually a few of them, bought right before the pandemic, right? So the equity in their homes right now, they have over $300,000 worth of equity in their house, right? Some of you have homes that are almost completely paid off. So you have the option to speak with either who serviced your loan, your current mortgage, to actually pull that equity out, use the equity from your home currently to just fully purchase a home here. That's an option. Now, some of you may say, well, Francis, I don't have that much equity in my house. I may have 100,000, maybe 150, maybe 50. That's not enough to buy a house. Well, you have the option to do what we call purchase a new home construction home here. So what that does for a lot of my customers, actually, I have like 4 people doing that actually right now as we speak. What they've chosen to do is pull some money out of their current home in Philadelphia, New York, California, wherever they are, and then start building a home here in Florida. So most of our builders will not take a contingency. So you can't say, oh, can you build me this $700,000 house and in hopes that I will sell my house in wherever I am? Can you do that for me? Most are not comfortable with that because that's a lot of risk for you to ask a company to take on, okay? Now, I do have about 4 builders that will take a contingency, meaning that they fully understand that you need to sell your house and they will let you write a contract, put some money down, and start building your house. No problem, okay? But there's only a select like 4 that'll do that. Most will have it where, hey, if you want us to go ahead and build your home, we're going to need 5% of the sales price or 10% of the sales price, but it's non-refundable. So if you don't sell your house wherever you are, that money goes hard, okay? It goes hard after so many weeks of them starting to build your home, okay?
Though new construction is not the only option you have when it comes to buying and selling at the same time, it offers a lot of great incentives, like you have 3 to 8 months to sell your home, as well as the security of knowing where you will move, and along with other incentives.
Another option you can do is what we call a lease back. Now, this was really popular when interest rates were 2 and 3%, and everybody was going crazy buying stuff all over the place, right? Lease back. So it's really common. So basically, you put your house on the market, and within the notes, you make it known that, hey, I am buying a house in another state. You are welcome to purchase my home. However, upon closing, I the seller that owns this house, will need an additional 30 to 60 days in this home, and I'm willing to pay you a rent or pay you, what we agree upon within terms and conditions to pay you another 30 to 60 days after we close to remain in this home and to move out comfortably. Okay. Now I know you said, well, what buyer would be comfortable with that? I had at least 4 people do it. It was really common, especially when interest rates were at 2%, where they're at historic lows. People were having to do it because homes were selling so quick that they were like, hey, well, we're glad you want to buy our home, but we don't know where we're going to go yet. Can you give us like 60 days to get out? And most people just made it work because they needed 60 days to get out of where they were. So don't be opposed to that. You'll be surprised how things will line up. I've had so many customers move here. Nobody have had to be homeless or anything else that have had to use lease backs or something we call a slow close. So, which is another option. So maybe you're not comfortable with then closing on the home, or maybe the buyer that's approaching is like, because I have that happen sometimes. People are like, well, I'm not comfortable with somebody staying in the house after I've already closed and paid for it, and they're just paying me rent on it. Okay. Or you can do something called a slow close. So basically you put your house on the market in April, say May. That's like the ideal time, right? Right in the spring, it's getting warm. Typically, the warmer it gets in most markets, the warmer the real estate market gets, okay? So right when it gets warm, say May, June in your area where it starts getting warm, you put your house on the market, but you put in the notes and you're working with an experienced listing agent, please, y'all, because our interest rates are going up. And you need to make sure you work with somebody that really knows what they're doing, okay? So you do what we call a slow close. So you put your house on the market in May, but you have in the notes, and anyone that sees the home with the understanding that you're not comfortable with closing until August. So yes, they can buy your house and write a contract on your house in May, but you're not prepared to actually close on the house until August. And you're thinking, well, how's that helpful? Well, you have a contract in hand. So you're now able to shop with private sellers and or builders to say, hey, I have a contract. It's not, you don't have to worry about the mystery buyer. And so for private sellers that are selling their personal home, they can see that you have a contract and you have a scheduled close date on August. So now you know, okay, between May and August, I have time to shop, secure something, close, and everything kind of fall together. Now that's one option. You can do also something called a recast. So recast is basically where you can work with some of the more major banks, okay? Now, brokers do not do this. Mortgage brokers do not do this, okay? Because they sell your loan after you close anyway. But banks like U.S. Bank, Bank of England, and a few others, I don't want to name all of them because they might be like, Francis, we don't do that anymore. But there's a few that actually, I can't think of one other that on the top of my head, but I have a list, okay? They do something called recast. So basically what they do is that you would basically approach these banks, right, or these companies and say, hey, I own a house currently, but I want to buy a house in Florida. Can you see if I can qualify to carry both? Now I know you're thinking, well, I want to carry 2 mortgages. Girl, what in the world? That's not what I'm saying, okay? So basically you're going to see if you can qualify to carry both, right? But on the process of saying you have this one, that is you're going to sell for $600,000 and you're buying one in Florida for $650,000, okay? $650,000, all right? So they'll look and see, oh, well, based on your income, you can qualify to carry both because your mortgage on the one that you have now is it was at 2%. So your mortgage on this is really low. So you actually can qualify to carry another mortgage, okay? I know you're thinking, but I don't want to do that. I understand. I'm going somewhere. Okay. So once you actually then say you take that approval you've gotten from the bank and they're saying, hey, you're good. You can go buy something in Florida. We go ahead, we buy it, secure it, close. Right? Now you have a mortgage. Remember, your mortgages typically don't start until 6 weeks after you close anyway. So you got 6 weeks. You go home, get everything locked down, secured, move, sell the home, okay? Then the banks that allow this, they will let you do something called recast. So they'll let you take that $600,000 from the sale of that home in Philadelphia, California, or wherever, and then apply it to this home in Florida that's now $650, right? You have a $650 home here, right? So now your balance on that mortgage is only $50,000. They don't charge you any fees, and they readjust your payment based on now you only have a $50,000 mortgage, okay? So recast. All right, so we went over line of credit, lease back, slow close, recast. Now there's other things called bridge loans as well, but we are out of time, okay? Now, guys, I promise there's so many different options. One thing I just need you to just be aware of. Be confident in the fact that it's your house. You can sell your house within the terms and the conditions of what you're comfortable with. So if you're comfortable with a slow close, a lease back, pulling out equity, or just using your savings or whatever, you can sell your home under the terms of which you're comfortable with and move at the pace of which you're comfortable with. Now, other things to keep in mind is there are intricate details that you do need to do to get your home ready for the market. I actually created a little brochure for you to download to tell you what to do to get your house ready for the market in the next 30 days. And I also created a video for you to watch on the best tips on how to get your home sold fast and for the most amount of money, because that's what you want. You want to get the most amount of money so you can live comfortably here in Florida once you sell your house where you are, okay? Now, again, I'm here to walk you through the process. I know we went over these different scenarios pretty fast. I'm here to help. I'm your Florida real estate agent. I want to make sure you get paired with the right home in the right community at the right budget and right interest rate for you and your family. So don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here to help, and stay tuned. Don't forget that brochure for you to download so you can know how to get your home ready for the market. And the next video is going to show you the tips on what you need to know on how to get your home sold for the most amount of money.
All right, that's all the time we have today, but you want to be sure to stay tuned for our next video on how to get your home sold.